Oh my goodness. What a game, you all. The Chicago Bears pulling out the victory with 17 seconds left yesterday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Caleb Williams to Colston Loveland, 58 yards, touchdown Chicago, Bears win. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe, and yes, you heard me correctly. Our Chicago Bears won a thriller in Cincinnati going up against the Bengals. Caleb Williams throws a 58-yard touchdown pass to Colston Loveland with 17 seconds left to go in the game, sealing the victory for our Chicago Bears. And Lord have mercy, if my reaction was recorded, it's probably a lot like a lot of the reactions that are out there on social media, only a tad bit louder and a little bit more crazy, but that game was unreal. Now, I could talk about how it should have never gotten to that point. The Bears were up by 14 points with like 2 minutes left, and they allowed the Bengals to score 14 points or 15 points in 40 seconds, which is ridiculous because Richard Hightower should not be a coach on this team anymore because the special teams are a little too special for my liking. But I'm not going to talk about that today. No. I should. Or I could talk about how Cairo Santos needs to be giving him walking papers and we need to welcome in Jake Moody as our permanent kicker. But no. I'm not going to talk about that today. What I want to talk about today is Caleb Williams, Colston Loveland, and Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is diabolical with the way that he calls plays. What coach puts in not one, but two of their quarterbacks in on the field on the same play, have one quarterback throw to the other quarterback to only throw back to the other quarterback and gets a 20-yard gain out of it? What? How? What? Yes. Tyson Bagent and Caleb Williams were on the field at the same time for at least one play yesterday, which turned into a 22-yard pass play between Bagent and Williams, which just blows my mind when you think about it, but that happened. And let's talk about DJ Moore also throwing a touchdown pass to Caleb Williams. Yes, our quarterback, Caleb Williams, caught a touchdown pass yesterday. Like, what universe, what multiverse are we living in? This is definitely not your grandpa's Chicago Bears. We have finally graduated into the modern NFL, the NFL of the 21st century, the NFL that realizes that offense is king. And we have the offensive mastermind of masterminds as our head coach in Ben Johnson. And the way that he called yesterday's game was masterful. It was amazing. Was there things that could have been better with Caleb Williams? Yes. Especially in the first half, I felt like he was running around trying to play hero ball a little bit too much. He was missing checkdowns and open receivers and different things like that. Although Romo Doomsday didn't really help the call much yesterday, dropping 2 passes that he probably should have caught, and he'll tell you as much himself. But Caleb Williams, although the first half was a little bit shaky, he definitely came to life in that second half. My man was throwing darts. He was running with his legs. He was doing it all. And as I alluded to in the intro, finished the game with the 58-yard touchdown pass to Colston Loveland. But the Bears offense, man, the Bears offense put up 47 points. And that 47 points from the offense, no special team points, no defensive points, that was all Ben Johnson and the Bears offense and Caleb Williams yesterday, putting up 47 on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I know what people are going to say. The Bengals have the worst defense in the league. I don't care. Anytime you can put up 47 points in the NFL, it is nothing to scoff at. Like Ben Johnson said in the post-game presser, we are not apologizing for wins. We are not apologizing for wins, and we are not about to apologize for putting up 47 on the Bengals' head. I'm here for it. We're here for it. We are the Bears, and we are in this thing. We are 5-3, and we are in the hunt to actually not only go to the playoffs. Oh, no. I told y'all in the offseason, the Bears, the Chicago Bears, our Chicago Bears are going to win the NFC North. And guess what? We are on track to win the NFC North. Now, at this moment in time, I think we're third in the division, but we're only a half a game out of first place. The Packers have a 5-2-1 record. I think then the Lions have a 5-2 or 5-3 record or whatever the case maybe is now. and then the Bears are 5-3. So we are right there in the hunt to win the division. So if we can figure out how to get through this next 4 games, because it's quite the gauntlet. I think we got the Giants, then the Steelers, and I know the Eagles are in there somewhere, and then I think the Vikings. So the next 4 games are going to be pretty tough, at least a couple of them. But wonderful game. This team has shown that if you let them hang around to the fourth quarter, they might come back and get you, okay? This team has shown that they are fourth quarter warriors. And if Caleb Williams not clutch, that man is clutch when the game is on the line and he needs that ice water in his veins. And you got to have it with Caleb. The man goes and get it, fam. I mean, you can't, hey, you could talk about anything you want about Caleb Williams and his inconsistencies and missing the layups and different things like that. But when the fourth quarter starts and the Bears need to have a drive to tie the game or go ahead, you want Caleb Williams as your quarterback. I promise you that. The biggest thing that is holding this team back, in my opinion, and probably yours as well, is the lack of a pass rush. Yes, I know our secondary is banged up, although C.J. Gardner-Johnson played a very good game yesterday, given that we just picked him up a few days ago. But we really need pass rush help. Now, the trade deadline is tomorrow at, I think, 3 p.m. Eastern time or whatever. Hopefully, Poe can go out there and find a pass rusher that can come in and help us get to the quarterback a lot more than what we've been doing. I will give Montez Sweat his flowers. He's starting to pick up a little bit, but he's still not getting sacked at a clip that he's getting paid to get sacked. So that's something that kind of irks me, but he's getting better. Austin Booger was just activated off of IR, and he came in and made an impact in yesterday's game. So hopefully he can continue that going forward as long as he's available this season. And unfortunately, we got a few hits on the defensive line. We know Shamar Turner is out with the ACL. Unfortunately, Dayo Odangbo is out for the season with the torn Achilles that he tore yesterday, even though he wasn't really making that much of an impact anyway. But he's out now, so we really, really need to get a pass rusher in here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Every team in the NFC North has a dominant pass rusher except the Chicago Bears. The Packers have Micah Parsons. The Vikings have Jonathan Grenard. And the Lions have Aiden Hutchinson. They all got dominant pass rushers. We don't. We need to do something about this. Now, I'm not sure that we can get a dominant pass rusher this year, but we got to get somebody that can help us get to the quarterback or at least provide more pressure to opposing quarterbacks than we're getting for ourselves, because it ain't working, fam. I mean, we got to use like nickelbacks and corners to get blitzes and pressures on the quarterback because our front 4 or 5 just aren't getting it done. But it is an exciting time to be a Bears fan. Again, we are 5-3. We are in the hunt for the playoff. We are in the hunt for the division title. And the sky is the limit as long as Caleb Williams and the offense ascend to where they can be, because the defense is not going to be what brings the Bears to the dance this year. Again, this is not your grandpa Chicago Bears. The defense couldn't even do what they want to because all of our top defensive players are gone or out. So it is going to be on the offense and Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson to steer this ship to the NFC North title, to the playoffs, to wherever the Bears are going to ultimately end up this season. It is going to be on the back and the right arm of Caleb Williams. But let me know how you feeling, Bears fans. How are you feeling after Colston Loveland breakout game? Also, I didn't even talk about Cal Monungai in his breakout game, going for 176 on the ground. Shout out to the man from Rutgers, Big Ten Russian leader Cal Monungai in the building. Salute, sir, salute. Let me know how y'all feel. Drop a comment and subscribe to the Yard for all things Chicago Bears.